Hello, beautiful souls, divine beings. Welcome in this lovely space with me. I have a message for you. The vision I have for you is you are you are in a city, and it's a big city, and it feels very overwhelming. But then there is a lot of big buildings, there is streets, there are cars. But then when I look around, it's like nothing is moving, and I actually don't see. I do. I do see people, but it's like they are standing still. But still, there is this feeling of everything is very overwhelming. And then I'm being pulled to the right, and there is a stairs that is going up. So you are walking. I'm walking on the, which is you. You are walking on the stairs, and it's high. It's high up, and at a certain point you arrive at a place that feels very peaceful. It's like a very big garden, and there are beautiful trees. There is a lake. There are also ducks. The spirit of duck is here. um, Duck, not dog, duck. There are ducks in the water. It's a very peaceful place. And then there is another stairs, or there is another stair, and you go up that stair, and it leads to a temple. And you arrive at the temple, and you go inside, and inside the temple there are people sitting, and most of them, they look like monks. They are meditating. It's very silent, it's very peaceful in there. It's a big temple, and you walk to the end of the head of the temple, and there is a throne, and on the throne there is a woman, a very old woman, very old by appearance, but she doesn't feel old at all. She does feel very wise. It's a small woman, but she feels very big also. So her spirit is very strong, very wise, it's a great spirit. And she gives you something, and you take it in your left hand, and it's a bone. It's an old bone. And you look at the bone, and there is something written on the bone. And it says, "Go back to your roots. The answer will be found in your roots." And there the vision stops. So also for you, there is a lot in here in this vision. There is where you are now. You are in a place that feels very overwhelming. And it feels overwhelming, but it also feels like an illusion, because if I tune in, if I focus in on the details, nothing is moving, nothing is happening, but it feels very overwhelming. So you are in a place or in a state that feels very overwhelming, and where you don't have space to be you. You don't have space to be you, and you also feel alone in a sense. You feel alone and very disconnected from the world that you are in this moment. But there is something, your intuition is coming through also very strong here, because when I try to tune in on the city, the details of the city, I'm constantly being pulled to these stairs. So your intuition is pulling you to a certain place. This can be inward, this can be outward, but your intuition is pulling you to a certain place. And this place will lead you to a very peaceful environment. And the spirit of duck, I don't see yet any animals, any other animals, but the duck is coming through very strong. And the duck, spirit of duck, they bring a message of, um, they bring a message of happiness. They bring a message of good luck. They bring a message of emotional stability and a sense of protection and protection overall. There is also a sense of royalty, but this is a specific kind of duck that is also there. It's not the only kind that is there, but this one is also there. So there is this, your intuition is pulling you to a certain place where you have the space to be. It feels very peaceful there. It feels very natural. It's more high. You are above the city in that place. And it's a place where you have the possibility to allow your emotions to be, so they come to a stable state. There is water also, and it's very calm. It's a little lake. There is a lot of grass around. It's very green, very fertile. The trees, it looks very healthy. And your emotions are very much in balance there. And this feels very different than where you are than how you feel in the city, in the environment that you are in this moment. So your intuition is pulling you to a place that is healthy for your emotions, to find balance within your emotional state, within your emotional body. And from there, from that place where your emotions are in balance, you will see another stair. From there, you will see another way to go, which is even more high. And this then leads to a temple, which is it's a temple, and it also feels very sacred. It feels very protected. It feels very wide, very big, but wide in the sense of it's like you have space to be you. Also in the garden, but the temple is even more space to be you. And then there in this temple there is this woman, this old wisdom, this old divine feminine energy that is offering you something. And she offers you an answer. She offers you a clue in where you are with the words, with the bone that she gives you. The bone is also very symbolic for go back to your roots, go back in time, go um, dig up the bones, I hear. And then the message that is there, the answer will be found in your roots. Go back to your roots. So, to put all this together, you are in a situation now where it feels unhealthy. You feel disconnected, you feel alone. And it's important now to listen to your intuition, because your intuition is guiding you somewhere. within or without. It's guiding you to somewhere where you have the space to allow yourself to be and to find a stability within your emotions, within your emotional state. And from that stability in your emotional state, you will see a different way to go, or a new way to go, which will lead you to an even more expansive space to be you. And then the message that this woman gives you, it feels like there is something within you that is a question mark. And it feels like this is an answer to your question mark, to look for the answer that is up until now a question mark, to look into your roots. But this is way back, it's way back. It's very old, it's very ancient. Let's see what is there in, what is this? What is there in your roots? What is she guiding you to? What I do feel in here is, although I go directly in there, but I do feel the main thing, or the first thing you should do now, is listen to your intuition to move to that place that offers you a healthy space to express your emotions and to find stability within your emotions. Because where you are now, in this overwhelming place, or in this overwhelming state, again, this can be within or without, but where you are now, in the state that you are now, it's not the best environment to go explore what is there in your roots. It's like you have to take this path the way it's been shown here. First, follow your intuition to this peaceful garden. And then from there, when your emotions are stable, you can go more high in this even more expansive state. And then from that more expansive state, you can go look back from out of this safe, expansive environment. You can look back into your roots with the right perspective. Because if you would go dig now from this place, this overwhelming place, into your roots, you will not get the same insights that you will get when you are in this temple place, in this safe, balanced, expansive state place. It's from there that you can have the bird's eye vision. And where you are now, you are too close on it to see. Maybe you can find what it is there in your roots, but the growth from it, the insight from it, will not be as big as when you walk like the vision shows. First, follow intuition, bring balance in the emotions. From there, go more high, and from there, expand, and from there, look back into what is this thing in my roots that is asking for me to look at. Adversity comes through. Adversity, regret. One more here. Discipline. And freedom. Yeah, it feels like that. Fear is also here. It just doesn't feel like the right environment where you are. Again, as we can be within, can be without. It just doesn't feel like the right environment. It doesn't feel like a safe space. It's not a safe, um, not in the sense that it's dangerous, but it doesn't feel um, like you are in the right place now to go dig. It's important to first bring balance within your feelings. But then why is she pointing me directly there? Hmm. It's just for you to know. Just for you to know. Um, okay, okay. So what I get now is that you feel you have no idea where to go. You have no idea what to do first. And you probably got um, some nudges already that it's important to heal something or to look at something. But you are in this, it just feels very uncomfortable where you are now. And it feels very important for you to show you how to go there. What is the first step to take from here? And the first step to take from here is to follow your intuition that is guiding you to a peaceful state, to a peaceful garden. A place within or without where you are free to feel. It's important to first create that space for yourself. And from there, go look into what is asking for your attention in your roots, what is asking for healing there. That's why it comes through like that. Because again, you probably got already that nudge, like I have to do something there, something is asking my attention, but it feels it feels uncomfortable. It feels like going against the flow, and it is also. It is also, it's like you are here and you want to dig here, but spirit is guiding you to go like that instead of like this. And even though the distance may seem shorter, if you would go now from where you are now here, you will take a lot more time to actually clear that out than if you would go like this to here. It's just, it's not the right environment within or without where you are now to go there. You need to take this road to find the right perspective to look at this. And it's also when you go now from where you are now into here, it feels very much of a struggle also. While if you would just follow now your intuition, it's very, this peaceful garden is very near. So there might be a part in you that thinks like, yeah, or that feels like, or thinks, it's the mind that feels like I want to solve that so I can go on. But this, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. And the reason why you say I want to solve this now so I can go on is also because you are looking for freedom. You are looking for peace. You are looking for salvation, for healing. But this, following your intuition into the peaceful garden, is a lot more healing than trying to go there now. And it's a lot more near, because again, the distance may be short, but there is so much resistance in there now that it's gonna take a lot of time and a lot of energy, and it doesn't feel like you have that energy in this moment. So it's just about following your intuition into this peaceful garden. And from there, find that higher perspective so you can look into here. Which it flows easy. This is just, it's not right. It doesn't feel right. Even though from looked at it from the human perspective, it's the logical thing to do because it's the most near to you, but it's not. Follow your intuition, follow the guidance from your higher self, which has the view, the complete overview, and sees all the obstacles that are there, because it feels like that there is too much obstacles now. It's important to first find your peace, emotional stability, and from there up to the temple highest perspective, so you can look at this with the right perspective. And it will be so much more easy to heal that part from the right perspective. And it will be so much smaller than it is now, because from the point where you are now, it's a big mountain. But when you come from there, it's just a little rock. There is something here about the stairs where your intuition is pulling you, because I also feel for some it's difficult to really feel where your intuition is guiding you. So I'm gonna try to find some clarification in there. I do feel for most of you this is a relocation. Doesn't have to be big, but it's literally also an external place that is different than where you are now. But it's not for all. It's also possible to do this within. But for most of you, it feels like your intuition is pulling you to go somewhere. A short trip, or doesn't have to be a big thing, but just somewhere peaceful. Certain flowers that are um, certain flowers that you feel very attracted to might be a sign for you to go in that direction, or something shows up on a in a magazine, or in a on the street, or a commercial, or something shows up for you which has certain flowers in it, and it's connected to a place. And when you feel into the place, it will feel like, when you just imagine going there, it feels like you are in a cave, in a warm, cozy, nasty cave. So that can also be a significator for you to to hear your intuition more clearly. So the flowers, this nasty warm feeling, and this is just by imagining it, or by seeing it again, like on a billboard, or in a magazine, or someone tells you something and you get this feeling of this nasty protected place. Cozy. It feels cozy. And if it's not about a place to go to externally, it's about creating a cozy nest for yourself wherever you are. Creating a cozy, warm nest for yourself. Make yourself some tea, a hot bath. This create an environment for yourself where you can bloom. Hmm. This is not for all, because for most of you, I really feel it's not a moment to pull yourself out of your comfort zone, but in a sense, it's also pulling yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone, because where you are now, in this overwhelming place and state, I don't feel you in a good state with yourself. I feel you, what is the word for that? Um, Like there is a lot on your shoulders. There is a lot of weight on your shoulders. And from out of that state, I wouldn't recommend to put yourself in situations to pull you out of your comfort zone. But there is something in there to pull you out of your comfort zone, because you, if you are in a state like that, you don't you don't feel like doing something new. It's not for all this one, but still, um, there it is a little bit pulling yourself out of your comfort zone, but it's pulling yourself out of your comfort zone in the sense of getting out of your daily routine, getting out of your daily environment, and just go somewhere. But it's important that that place that you would go to, that it feels warm and cozy in your imagination before you go there. So it's a little bit out of your comfort zone, because you have to get yourself out of your the daily routine that you are in now. So try to take that step. And again, it's so different. It's really not, it's not a long way to walk where you, or a long way to go before you can experience the peace. That's the main thing. That's um, the first important thing for you. Come to a place where you can find stability in your emotions, where it feels peaceful, where you can just feel I can be. It's not a long way to go. It's just following that nudge from your intuition and go there. And from there it will get clear. From there you can look upon what is nudging you to look into or to face. But first the peace. First the peace. But okay, so for if it's difficult for you in this moment to hear your intuition, significators can be something with flowers, and something that feels very nesty, very cozy, very comfortable. And it might trigger you a little bit out of your comfort zone, but not in a scary way. It's not the moment to take big risks or anything. It's just about getting out of your routine, and the environment that you are in this moment. And the music can also be a significator to, maybe you see something again in a brochure or in a magazine or on a billboard, or somebody says something to you, and you th- there is music that catches your attention, music that gives you a good feeling, a peaceful feeling, just music that catches your attention. This can also be a significator to amplify that your intuition is speaking to you to go to a certain place. Can be that you are somewhere, what I've been shown now, but what I've been shown now is someone it's a restaurant, and someone is eating. Hmm. You are eating alone also. So again, there is this sense of loneliness that is hanging here. And I have to put this in between. Whenever we feel alone, it means we are disconnected. Whenever we remember what we are, when we connect to God's source spirit, the connection that is always there, when we remember that connection, the feeling of loneliness fades. We cannot be in connection with God's source spirit and feel alone in the same moment. It's impossible. So when you feel alone, it's an invitation to connect again. But back to the vision. You are in a restaurant and you are eating, and a certain song starts to play. And it catches your attention because you are focused on your food, or you are lost in your thought actually, but you are just in your bubble eating, and there is certain music that catches your attention, and you get out of your bubble because of the music, and then because you get out of the bubble because of the music, you pick up on a certain conversation, and in that certain conversation somebody speaks about a certain place, something like that. So flowers, nesty, cozy, warm feeling, music, and it might um, feel a little bit uncomfortable to get you out of your daily routine. Hmm. This is for when it's difficult for you to don't hear your intuition. Okay. Um, I'm being guided to pull one of these and one of these. It doesn't feel like I have to go because the garden is there and I'm feeling into the garden. And the temple is there and I'm feeling into the temple. But I'm always being pulled back to the beginning of the stairs. The beginning of the stairs to the garden. And this is your main focus now, to go there. And then from there again, um, stability in your emotion, having this, coming to this expansive place from where you have the right perspective to look upon what is asking for healing, what is there in your roots that is asking for healing. Okay. For some, the place to go to is connected to your roots. It's connected to where you grew up as a kid. Not for all, but for some. Go back to your roots. Your hometown, or where you were born, where you grew up. Or some place where you feel very much at home. There is a lot of clarity that wants to come through for you. There is a lot of clarity that wants to come through for you, and it's just about coming to this peaceful place, within or without, coming to this peaceful place, and from there, a lot of clarity It's like the clarity is showering over you. It's offering you, it's offering you what you are seeking for in this moment, and it's offering you, once you are in this emotional stable place, again, this going from there up to the temple and going with that expansive higher perspective back to your roots. It's like you have um, this big flashlight that is coming with you to clearly, to fast and clearly see what needs to be seen. And again, going back like where you are now and your roots, which are in our logic mind the most near, you are not able to see this. When you do this, you have the perspective of the bird with the super flashlight that is just shining on this and makes you, allows you to see very easy what you need to see. And the fact that your emotions are in balance will allow you to work through it in a very easy way. Mm. You might meet someone also in this place, which not for all, but someone might show up in this peaceful place, and this is someone, they are they are like vibrating in the same energy, the same frequency as this peaceful garden that is there. So it's someone that feels very peaceful. But it's not for all. And it also doesn't feel like something to focus on. It's just something that wants to come through, that in this garden for some, there is someone in that garden that is um, that is there to meet you. But again, it doesn't feel like there has to be too much focus on there because it's really about you. But it does come through. And there is just with this person, there is a very, again, the same vibration as this garden. It's this peaceful, comfortable, um, pleasant conversations, pleasant presence. Hmm. It's very peaceful, very peaceful. Hmm. Okay, one more here, and then I'm gonna leave you with this. Hmm. I also feel in here there is this, because it comes through now with this person also, but it's not only related to the person, but where you are now, it's very difficult for you to experience joy. And when you are arriving in that place, in the peaceful garden, your joy will come back. It's not that your joy ever was away, but you it's because there is the space to just be that you will also reconnect with the joy that is within you. There will be space to enjoy, to be in joy. And also with this other person, it feels very peaceful. It's not exciting, it's very peaceful. But there is also joy, and there is this joyful laughter, there is this joyful presence. Again, not exciting extreme, just your heart smiles. And your heart has space to smile also. And it's also a message for wherever you are now. Allow yourself to smile. Even if it's just a little, allow yourself to smile. You are moving into a very peaceful place. Hmm. And where you are now, you feel constricted. This overwhelm is also constriction. You feel limited. You feel enslaved, I hear, but there is something else here. You feel constricted, limited. Um, it's not a healthy environment to be in. And again, if it's not possible for you to go somewhere else, it's about creating this space within, creating a safe environment within yourself and within your home, where you can just be and where you can allow yourself to be. But for most of you, it's somewhere different externally. Constricted, restricted, that's the word that I was looking for. You feel restricted, you feel limited. Hmm. Archangel Uriel is coming through here. That is beautiful. It's very beautiful. It's this, it feels like, although she looks very different than the woman that I saw in the temple, but this card, it brings me back to the temple. It's this, it comes through also just to show you again the steps where you are now. Follow your intuition. Follow your intuition into that peaceful place. And from that peaceful place, you go into the temple, this expansive place. And this is what this is the energy that this card carries. It's within there, within that temple. And then this will be your experience when you are in the temple, when you went from the garden into the temple, and then from there you can look down into your roots, what is there to see, with this super flashlight and with the angels on your back or having your back. And it's gonna be an easy job from there. I don't say easy, easy because it's still a root, it's still a trauma that is there in your roots that's asking for you to face it. So it's not it's not a happy happy joy joy job to do, but it will be a lot more easy than trying to do it from where you are now. And still it feels light, all of this together. Just it feels light to go now from where you are in this direction, and then looking down up on your roots, looking down into that bone that is there. Mm, that's also beautiful. What I get now is um, because the woman that is sitting there in the temple, she, what is the word for that? Exudes? Is it that? She exudes wisdom. And what I get now is if you go, it's possible, no, from where you are now to do this, but again, it's going to be a very tricky road. A lot of resistance, a lot of difficulties. And if you take the road like this, when you then look back onto what is asking for your attention in your roots, you're going to find a gift in there, which you will not find if you go there now. So there will be the road, and then you will have to face something that is asking for your attention, but by facing that you will also gain a gem. You will find something that is connected with your gifts, and you are not in the right state now to find that, to see that. The perspective from where you are now is not right to look at that. It's not right. It's just it's you are unable to see the gift in there. And the gift, it's connected to your own gifts also. It's just really important. First, what is most important now is your peace. So first go into the peaceful garden, and from there go up and look back. And it's the seventh chakra also. It's the crown. It's the highest perspective looked up on the chakras. It's the highest perspective that you can have. And where you are now, you are in your root. And from there you see a lot less than you can see from your crown. So don't follow your logical human mind that says it's right here, I can do it now. No, follow your intuition and go first to your peaceful garden. Find your peace, find your emotional stability, and your joy. Find your joy in there, and enjoy the way up, and from there look down. Okay, my beautiful, beautiful souls, this is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope it was helpful. And I'm sending lots of love, lots of light, lots of peace and blessings for each and every one.